Welcome back all of you again for the discussion of foreign currency risk management session. We have discussed up to money market hedging. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic. This is a little bit complicated topic, but let's try to learn very simply. I will take step by step explanation for your understanding. Today's topic is currency futures, right? This is a very important area and little bit complicated area. However, let's start the discussion. I will try to explain as much as simple, right? Step by step I will explain about the currency futures. First of all, before moving into the theoretical aspects, I would like to explain this is a very special foreign currency risk management strategy, as well as this is based on American dollars. That is very important, right? I will explain further later on. Keep your mind, this is a foreign currency risk management strategy based on American dollars, right? This is actually operating in America, also in Chicago, not in other countries, especially this is not operating in Sri Lanka, right? Therefore, this is based on US dollars since it is operating in America, right? Don't see this, don't try to understand what is this table, I will explain later on. First I will explain what is a currency future, right? Here this is the definition, right? This is the definition for currency futures. Let's try to understand what is a currency future contract. It's a standardized contract, right? It is a standardized contract. For each transaction, for each foreign currency contracts, this is a standardized contract. This standardized, what is standardized? That is predetermined, right? Predetermined contract. That's why it's called standardized contract. Predetermined contract. This table shows you the predetermined contract information. Therefore, for this underlying part, that is standardized contract, is this, right? Standardized means predetermined contract. You have to buy or sell a freely available contract at the market. I will take an example. Say you have to pay specific currency in 3 months time. Clear? You have to pay, say you are an American guy, right? Assume you are an American guy, US guy, right? Your currency is US dollars. You are an American person. You have to pay, say euro, 200,000 euro in 3 months time. What is standardized? Even you have to pay 200,000 euros in 3 months time, you cannot buy that specific number of contract based on this, because contract is predetermined, right? That means, look here, this is the euro, right? For euro, one contract brings 125 euros. That's called a standardized contract. You cannot change. Now you have to pay 200,000 euros, right? Then you can decide, okay, I will take two contracts. One contract 100,000 euros, another contract 100,000 euros. Therefore, I can take two contracts. You can't say like that. You have to buy a euro contract which worth 125,000 euro. Therefore, to settle this, you need to buy at least two contracts. Why? From 1 euro contract, you can cover only 125,000. You cannot change this. That's why it's called standardized contract. Try to understand what I am telling. The contract size for euro, 125,000. You can't change that. Therefore, you know, to cover 200,000 euros, it is not enough to buy only one contract. Why? One contract cover only 125,000. Therefore, you need to buy 2 contracts. Then you know that 2 contracts worth this into 2 times, that is 250,000 euro. But you have to pay only 200,000 euros. You cannot change number of contract because this is standardized. Even you pay 200,000 or 210,000 or 190,000, you have to buy 2 contracts. It cannot be changed. Based on the number of foreign currency you have to settle. Therefore, you have to buy freely determined, freely available contracts at the market, right? If your number of currency not match with the number of contracts, you have to buy more currency or you have to sell more currency. Therefore, you have to adhere to these predetermined size with the different currencies. Here, British pound, one contract size 62,500. If you have to pay Canadian dollars, one contract size 100,000 Canadian dollars. If you have to pay euro, 125,000 euro is a one contract size. If you have to pay Japanese yen, 12.5 million Japanese yen is one contract size. Swiss franc, 125,000 Swiss franc, or Australian dollars, 100,000 Australian dollars is one contract. For example, again assume you have to pay 500,000 Swiss francs, right? Somebody can say, okay, I will buy 5 contract because it is 500,000. No, you have to go to the table and see how many contracts I have to buy to settle this. Here, Swiss franc. This is the Swiss franc line. One contract 125,000 Swiss franc. Therefore, you can buy 4 contracts, exactly 4, no excess or deficit. Why? 500,000 divided by 125,000, exactly 4 contracts you have to buy yourself, right? But some case you can't have exact answer like this. In such a case, you have to buy additional contract, as I explained in the previous case. That's why it's called that future contracts, currency future contracts are standardized, predetermined contracts, right? This is the contract size, is standard size. Clear? And I have told you these currency futures, right, always explain based on US dollars. Keep your mind. Always you have to explain this based on US dollars. That's why in this slide, price quotation. This is price quotation for each currency. When you are an American, right, you are using American dollars, you quote your currency against all other currencies, right? Therefore, here you can see no American dollar here because American dollar is the base currency. Based on American dollar, you will quote other currencies. Here, based on American dollar 1, 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 and American dollar 1. Based on American dollar, you will quote other currency, that is pound or Canadian dollars or euro or yen or franc or Australian dollars. That's why price quotation always based on American dollars. That is the second point you need to keep your mind. Okay, let's move into the definition again. That currency future contract is a standardized contract to buy or sell fixed amount of currency. Why? It's a fixed amount, right? You have to change number of contract based on your value. Clear? To buy or sell, that is the other 2 words you need to learn. I will tell what is this buy or sell. Assume you are an American, you based on American dollars, right? You can have only 2 transactions. You can have future receipts, future receivable, or you can have future payable, right? Let's take this side. You have to pay for European country, euro, right? You have to pay euro in 3 months time. This 3 means 3 months time. You have to pay euro for a European supplier in 3 months time. Clear? Assume number of euro you need to pay 250,000 euro you need to pay in 3 months time. Now as an American person, right, you need to buy a European contract, euro contract. That's the theory, right? Because you need euro in 3 months time. This is the end of 3 months, this is today. You need to buy euro in 3 months time to settle this payment. Therefore, to hedge this risk, today you need to buy the euro contract, right? Then once you complete the 3 months time, you can sell this contract and settle the euro. Clear? Now let's take a receivable. You have a euro receivable in 3 months time. You will receive euro in 3 months time. That means you will convert euro into dollars into 3 months time because you are an American guy, right? When you have a receipt, euro receipt, what you need to do? 3 months time you will receive euro. Therefore, today you have to sell your contract. Today you will sell euro contract. Once you complete the 3 months, you will buy the contract. That part I will explain. How you keep your mind, you can do 2 activities, buy or sell this contract. These are standardized contracts and you can buy or sell. You can do 2 activities. That's depend on the receipt or payment. I will explain it to you later on. Right. Then moving into the definition again, it's a fixed amount. You can have a future receivable or future payment. That's a fixed amount of currency at a fixed rate. You have a fixed rate in a future day, right? At a fixed future date. This is very important. What is this fixed future date? That means according to this standardized currency future contract, those are mature in end of March, end of June, end of September and end of December. These are the end date of contract. These are standardized, these dates. You can't buy a contract for July, or you can't buy contract for October, you can't buy contract for November. You have to buy contract for end of March, or for end of June, for end of September, or for end of December. If you have a payment, I will take an example to explain. Assume you are an American person working with US dollars. You have a 3 months payment, 3 months payment of euro, right? How? Assume this date will be November. End of November, you have to pay euro for a European supplier. Since you have to pay at the end of November, you can't buy a contract for November because contracts are ended only on this month. Therefore, to settle a payment of euro at the end of November, you have to buy most recent end date. That most recent end date for November settlement is December. Therefore, you have to buy December contracts. Is that clear? That is very important to keep your mind. I am explaining here the points of this contract. It's a standardized contract. As I told you, you have fixed value of foreign currency. Based on that, you need to decide how many contracts you have to select. It always based on dollars. Then the fixed date may be March end, June end, or September end, or December end. Therefore, find out your month, your due date, and find most recent end date for the contract. If you have to make a payment on November, you have to select December contract since your close end date will December. Is that clear? That's called fixed future date, right? Now I will summarize what I have told you in this explanation of the definition. Number 1. The number 1 I told you is a fixed value contract. Fixed value contract. What is fixed value contract? Foreign currency will have a fixed value per contract. Therefore, based on your number of foreign currency, you need to decide how many contract I need to buy or sell. Number 2, it is always based on American dollars, right? US dollars. Number 3, you have a fixed date, right? You have a fixed date. Therefore, you need to select. Now, your due date may not be the fixed date of the contract, because in the contracts fixed dates are March, June, September and December. But your payment date may be in between those months, maybe November, maybe October. In such a case, you need to select what would be the suitable fixed date based on the standardized dates. Is that clear? These are the 3 points you need to keep in your mind with this definition, right? Then I will move into the buy and sell story. That is the next important point. I have told you this currency future contracts always based on American dollars. Therefore, let's start to understand this buying and selling story, assuming we are Americans, right? You, this is you need to hedge your foreign currency transaction. You are an American, you are doing business with American dollars. What you have, you can have only 2 type of transaction. Foreign currency payment, I will use FC, foreign currency payment, or you may have foreign currency receipts in future. Let's assume all are in 3 months time. Clear? When you have a foreign currency payment in 3 months time from today, what you have to do? I will explain this story. You are an American. You have to pay, say today is 1st January. You have to pay euro, right? You have to pay euro in 3 months time, that is 31st March. You have to pay euro into a European supplier, right? That's called future payments. You have a foreign currency payment. You have to pay euro to a European supplier. You are an American, right? Now what you need to do? The normal transaction means you have to wait 3 months, that is until end of 31st March, and you need to buy euro from your bank and pay your supply. That is a normal situation. Without any hedging activities, you will wait until end of 31st March, you will walk to your bank and you will pay dollars and buy euro and settle. The question is, you believe foreign currency rates 31st March may be vary, may be adversely vary. Therefore, today you want to have a hedging technique. For that purpose, you will select currency future technique. What you need to do? Currency future is a contract. That means you will agree with the third party to buy euro in 3 months time. Agree means you will buy those contract today, because you need to buy euro in 3 months time. For that purpose, you will buy those contract today. Therefore, for foreign currency payment, as a American company, you will buy contract and sell contract 3 months time to have euros. This contract is not the currency, right? That need to be understand properly, right? If you are confusing, I will further explain it. Let's take again the story. We are American businessmen. We have bought material or whatever machinery from a European supplier. Therefore, 3 months time, in 3 months we have to pay to the European supplier. The supplier is a European supplier doing business in euro. We can wait 3 months and settle this, but we will have a risk. Therefore, we need to hedge this. For hedging purpose, we will use currency future technique. How? Currency futures is a contract, right? Currency futures. This is a contract, say a document. This is a document, contract. Through this contract, you will agree to buy fixed number of foreign currency at a fixed date. Now your fixed date is 3 months time. This is the fixed date. This is the date you need to buy euro to settle your supplier. Therefore, you will buy contract today. That contract means you will agree to buy euro. Therefore, you will buy contract today. Then once you complete 3 months time, you will sell the contract and receive euro. Therefore, as an American, for payments, you need to buy contract today and sell contract in future. As an American, keep your mind. Is that clear? Then, assume you have a receipt, future receipt in 3 months time. You will receive euro in 3 months time. What you can do now? You know, in 3 months time I will receive euro. But in future foreign currency rate may be vary adversely, therefore I need to hedge this. I will select this technique, currency future. Now you know, in 3 months time you will receive euro. Therefore, I need to have an agreement to hedge this. In such a situation, you need to sell the currency today. That agreement you need to sell. Once you complete the 3 months period, you need to buy the contract again. Therefore, as an American person, for receipts, you will sell contract today and you will buy contract once you complete the 3 months period. This story can be summarized. You also need to summarize in your mind or somewhere. I will give it to you like this. American person, for payments, for receipts. What he need to do? American person, today and future, what he going to do? American person, for payment, today will buy contract and future he will sell contract. Is that clear? For receipt, American person sell contract today and buy contract future. This need to be keep on in your mind. First assume I am an American, right? For payment what I have to do, for receipt what I have to do. If you are an American, for payments you will buy today and sell it future. For receipts, if you are an American, you will sell today and buy in future. This story will be changed when you are not an American. Is that clear? Therefore, this table has to be prepared not only for 2, for 4 rows. Why? As an American, for payments and receipt. As non-American, payment and receipts, what you can do. Therefore, let's have a standardized table for the selection of transaction type. Right? I will give you the table, then you can use in the exam, but I think examiner will not provide this table for with your paper, right? But this table will be given because you need these informations to handle the case. This is standardized, this is freely available in the website, but the selection of transaction type buy or sell, examiner will not give you. You have to design.